Welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach who has lost and maintained a 140-pound weight loss. And today we're talking about processed foods. One of the questions I get asked all the time from coaching clients is, how do I cut back on processed foods and really focus on a more whole food approach for sustainable weight loss? So today I'm going to share with you some simple tips, easy ways just to cut back on processed food. Now remember, no food is bad or good. You can still eat processed food. We just want to eat less of it and focus most of our diet, 80%, on whole real food. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not. Turn your bell on because I upload new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Down in the description box, I will have nutrition coaching. Highly recommend personalized macros and calories. That is what I follow to lose and maintain my 140-pound weight loss, as well as one-on-one coaching for questions, accountability, or if you would like to chat with me directly. Links and discounts to my favorite things are also down below for you. So let's jump in on easy tips, simple tips to cut back on processed foods. One thing to keep in mind when you do want to cut back on processed foods is there's some simple ways that you can do that. You can swap ingredients, eat out less often, prep meals in advance, choose foods with less sugar, more legumes, and natural ingredients that may work for you. Let's define what a processed food is, because there's a big difference between processed foods and highly processed foods. So a processed food is defined as a food that is canned, cooked, frozen, pasteurized, or packaged. Many processed foods, including canned vegetables, frozen fruits, and pasteurized dairy products, can be enjoyed as part of a healthy diet. However, some highly processed items are loaded with salt, sugar, additives, and preservatives, which can harm your health. So like I said, there is that big difference between processed foods like frozen fruits and vegetables, dairy products, and highly processed foods like chips, candy, cookies, top ramen, Pop-Tarts, those types of foods. So some tips that you can do to kind of cut back, especially on those ultra processed foods, are make sure that you have healthy snacks on hand. This is when we can get into trouble, when we get really hungry and we don't have a healthy option available to us. That's when we're reaching for those heavily processed foods. Fresh fruit, mixed nuts, edamame, and veggies with hummus are some really great healthy snack options. Like I said, when we're hungry and we need a snack, it's easy to grab something prepackaged because we can take it out the door with us. So instead, have those healthy snacks on hand, prepped and ready to go. You can even bag up your vegetables with a little cup of hummus. You can throw some edamame in a bag or weigh out a portion of nuts or seeds. Some other things you can do if you want to prep in advance are things like hard-boiled eggs, turkey roll-up, overnight oats, homemade kale chips. Really, the possibilities are endless. It's just going to take a little bit of prep ahead of time to get these healthy snacks on hand and ready to go. Next up, you can swap refined grains for whole grains. Refined grains are things like pasta, rice, white flour, bread, tortillas. You can swap those out for a whole grain like brown rice, whole grain pasta, whole grain bread, and tortillas. Now, one thing that you can do to make sure that it is a whole grain is make sure there's some fiber. So when you flip it over and you look at the ingredient label, the nutrition label, make sure there's some fiber added. So you can take that traditional white bread or that 45-calorie diet bread and swap that out for a sprouted bread or an Ezekiel bread, and you're not only going to get in some fiber, it's a whole grain, and it's also got some protein, so it's going to keep you much more full and satisfied. Not only are whole grains just higher in nutrients in general, they also have fiber, which again is essential for satiation, regularity, and a weight loss journey. You can also lean on healthier ingredients. You can make some of your favorite recipes, even desserts, just using a little bit healthier ingredients. Swap out potato chips for homemade veggie chips using a high quality oil. Chia pudding, air pop popcorn, healthy granola bars. These are great snack options that will help you stick to your weight loss journey and eat as much whole real food as possible. Here's some other great ideas for some simple swaps for healthier ingredients. Trade your sugary breakfast cereal for a bowl of oatmeal with fresh fruit. Pop your own popcorn on the stove in place of microwave popcorn. Whip up homemade vinaigrette with olive oil and vinegar to drizzle over salads in place of processed dressings. Make trail mix using nuts, seeds, and dried fruit for a healthy alternative to the store-bought variety. And top your salads with nuts and seeds instead of croutons. These are really simple ways to just add in some healthier foods and still enjoy all of your favorite meals, snacks, and even desserts. Drink more water. Water is so essential. Our body is made up up primarily of water. And the more water you drink, the more water your body flushes out. That water weight will be gone by drinking more water. Now, it sounds like it wouldn't be the case, counterproductive, but that's actually 100% the way that our body processes all the water that we drink. It's really beneficial for our bodies and our weight loss journey. So swap out all those sugary beverages, fruit juice, sweet teas, coffee drinks for a little extra water. Now, you can still have all of your favorite drinks, everything in moderation, but instead of having 2 or 3 Coke Zeros every day, how about have 1 Coke Zero and sub the rest of your liquids for the day of water? And if plain water isn't your favorite thing, flavor it. Put in a Crystal Light packet, some fresh fruit, have a sparkling water. It's still considered water, and however you can get in your hydration, get in your hydration. Let's revisit prepping meals ahead. So we talked about pre-prepping snacks. We can really get ahead of the game by prepping some meals. This also prevents us stopping by our local drive-thru on our way home from work. What you need to do and what you need to think about when you embark on meal prepping. Now, I will tell you from someone who has meal prepped every single Sunday for the last 4 years, I am a pro at meal prepping, and it has saved my weight loss journey. I would not be 140 pounds down without meal prepping. I actually just meal prep my food on Sunday. I prep every single Sunday. And it may sound daunting, but it only takes you about an hour or so to prep ahead. Now, you can prep full meals like breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or you can ingredient prep. Maybe you prep a protein, a starch, and a vegetable, and then you can pair those however you want through the week. Maybe you cook up a pound of ground turkey and you make burritos, taco bowls. You can even use that for breakfast mixed in with your scrambled eggs. However works for you, try to set aside a little time each week to prep ahead some meals or ingredients. I promise you, it's game changing. And with that, eat more veggies. Eat your veggies, 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 veggies. Think veggies with every single meal. Are a high volume, low density food, which basically means that you get a lot of them for very little calories. So they're a great way to bulk up your meals so that you're a little bit more satiated. When we're trying to lose weight, we're in a calorie deficit. When we're in a calorie deficit, we're not feeding our body all of the calories that our body needs to maintain our weight. So we're going to be hungry. And by eating your vegetables and bulking up your meals with vegetables, you're going to be more satisfied and full throughout the day, which will help you maintain that weight loss and reach those goals. Not to mention, vegetables are packed with fiber. Fruit and vegetables are where you're going to get a big dose of your fiber outside of whole grains. So eat your veggies, do what your mama told you, and eat your veggies. Try changing up your shopping routine. This can be really important, kind of like meal prepping. We get in a habit of doing certain things certain days of the week. Like I mentioned, I meal prep on Sunday, I grocery shop on Wednesday. And remember, it's much easier to not eat processed foods if you don't have them on hand. So skip them at the grocery store. Focus most of your shopping on the perimeter of the grocery store. If you didn't realize, that's where all your whole, real, minimally processed foods are. Starting with your fruits and vegetables, moving into your cheeses and your dairy products, your meat products, all of your whole, real food is the perimeter of your grocery store. So that's where you should be spending the majority of your grocery shopping trip. And make sure you're reading those food labels. Look at ingredients, look at nutrition information. Again, make sure there's some fiber so that you know that it's a whole grain, and better yet, some protein to help keep you full and reach your daily protein goal. You can try eating less processed meat. Now, I am a big proponent of deli meat, especially if there's no nitrites or no nitrates. It's a low calorie, high protein food. It's portable, it's easy, it's convenient. But if you can lower the amount of processed meats that you eat just a little bit, that's going to benefit your health and your weight loss journey. Just swap some of those processed meats out for whole meats like chicken, turkey, and fish. And if you want to make a sandwich, try swapping out deli meat with things like canned chicken or canned tuna fish or canned salmon and make your sandwich out of that. Like I said, no food is bad or good. We don't have to eliminate anything, but if we can just reduce just a little bit the amount of processed meats that we're eating, that's definitely going to be beneficial. And remember, processed foods are anything that is canned, packaged, or processed or pasteurized. So even good foods for good foods for you, like frozen fruits, vegetables, and dairy, are considered to be processed foods. Those are fine to eat on a regular basis. It's those heavily processed foods that we talked about that we want to reduce our consumption of. And again, focus on whole food as much as possible. Watch those heavily processed foods high in sodium, sugar, additives, and unhealthy oils. And again, make some simple swaps. Do a little prepping and planning ahead for success. Let me know down below, which one of these tips are you going to try out to reduce the amount of processed foods that you're eating? And if you have any tips, leave them down below for us. If you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful, give it a big, huge thumbs up. Again, subscribe, turn your bell on, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.